What's cracking, everybody? Saturday afternoon, new video for you. Hope everybody's safe this weekend. Let me start with that. I'll probably end with it also because it is a 3-day weekend. September's our month. Mexicanos, you know what's up. Stand up. Oh, light went out. We could deal with that though. But anyway, so this video is in response to a viewer's comment, and the viewer was commenting on my video called "Prison Story Respect." I'll try to put the link in the card somewhere. It'll be here or here. Excuse me. And you can click on it. You know, after you're finished watching this video, you can come back. You can click on it, and it'll take you to that video, and you can see whatever triggered her comment. But I wanna read what this woman or young lady had to say, and we'll try to break it down. We'll try to go through it. Okay. She says, "You know, I'm a little disturbed about when you talk about respect. I hear a lot of dudes who come out of prison, it's all about respect. Excuse me. First of all, in prison, there is no respect. I mean, sure, you may talk about, you know, you done 30, 40 years, whatever, but each man has to walk in their own shoes to reach those years to have their own experience. Prison is the most violent place to be, and I'm sorry, there is no respect in prison, but you have your opinion and I have mine." Wow. You are not in prison, obviously. But you know, usually when somebody forms an opinion, it's based on some type of fact, right? Or some type of life experience. You're dealing with neither when you're making this type of opinion, when you're forming this type of opinion and expressing it. I want to tell you a quick, simple little story. When I first paroled, I told you guys I paroled to San Diego. When I first paroled, a couple of us lifers needed to go, you know, take care of some stuff. One and only time I ever rode the bus. Got on the bus, the three of us got on the bus, and it was crowded. And there was no seats left, and a woman got on the bus. And when she got on the bus, all of us like looked around like, oh, you know, we all started to stand up. And she took one of the lifers' chairs, right? And she said, "Thank you." And she said, "You must have just got out of prison." And he goes, "Yeah, but why you say that?" And she said, "Because only guys that came out of prison will give up their seat nowadays." She said, "Nobody else does that out here." That's pretty respectful, isn't it? If you were to deal or interact with somebody who has done serious prison time, you will notice that we say thank you a lot more than the average person. We say my bad or sorry when it's necessary, unlike most people out here. When we interact with you, we make eye contact and we try to speak to you in a very respectful way, unless you speak to us in a disrespectful way. All of those are respect that is ingrained in us through prison. I don't know how you say that there is no respect in prison. I don't know where you get that from. I think you're from your comment, and especially the video, because I remember what the video is about. You guys go ahead and check out the video. It had to do, if I remember correctly, it had to do with when somebody made a comment that was very disrespectful. I didn't know if he was directing it at me or my coworker, but I went and got a weapon and I approached the individual. I'm pretty sure he lied to me when he said he wasn't directing it to me, but the fact that he gave me a way out by saying, "Nah, I wasn't directed to you, it was directed to him," I was like, cool. So I think you're mistaking violence. If somebody's violent, they can't be respectful. I'm sure you've had somebody in your family at some point who has been violent, but yet is also respectful. So how do you come to terms with that? You know, and then how do you have so much harsh judgment towards people you never know and experiences that you know nothing about? You know, if you were to get a room full of lifers, or even not even lifers, of ex-cons, people who were in 180s on level 4s, if you got a room full of them and you ask them what is one of the hardest things to deal with in society, they would probably, the first thing would say, I'm gonna keep it real, the first thing they would probably say is dealing with women out here, right? Secondly, they would say how disrespectful people talk out here. So you know, I was actually kind of surprised to see a comment like that, and that's the only reason why on a Saturday I interrupted my Modelo time to put out this video, because I would suggest that you do some volunteer work or something. I don't know, do something and get around people who are former lifers or former long-term commitment convicts, and get to know them, and you would be blown away by how respectful they are, how they will remember your name and your kids' names, your husband's names, or your wife's name, and they will actually care about how you're doing in your life. Unlike most people out here that are so focused on the most frivolous bullshit that means nothing. And I mean, I don't know, man. I just felt compelled to respond to this one, and I'm not trying to disrespect you. I'm just giving you my point of view. And as far as this, I really didn't understand. I thought you kind of might have went crazy halfway through your thing, and then you started bringing it back in. But when you say, I mean, sure, you may talk about, you know, you've done 30 or 40 years, but each man has to walk in their own shoes to reach those years, to have their own experience. You don't have to do time to have an experience and learn how to be respectful or disrespectful. But the majority of the world out here is very, very disrespectful. They don't even realize how disrespectful they are. You know, and there's a lot of people that were in prison that would read that and say that was disrespectful, because you're passing a small thought, a petty judgment upon people who are actually good people who did some bad things in their lives, you know. But it is what it is. I always try to, you know, the way I look, a lot of times people judge me. They judge a book by their cover, and I like to engage people. And I want to say, if not 9 times out of 10, 10 times out of 10, when people walk away who had a certain opinion of me, once we engage in conversation, they walk away with a completely different idea. Not only of me, but hopefully of the next guy that looks like me, or the next guy that has my background, you know. And so that's why I did this. I figured I'll respond to this, put out a quick little video, and just share my thoughts and opinions with you, my experiences. But anyways, my dog's barking at absolutely nothing right now. He's about to go crazy, so I'm gonna save you guys from all that. But again, before I go, look, I understand it's Modelo time. Please be safe. Please be smart. Spend as much time this weekend as you can with the ones you love, and make sure you tell them that you love them, all right? With that, I'm out.